Well, hello, guys. This is Casey, and thanks so much for checking out The Bride That Awaits. We're here, we are waiting the arrival of Jesus Christ busting through those clouds because we don't want to be left with these other folks. We don't want to be left with Justin Bieber, do we? Do we really want to be left with the baby, Lil Weezy? No, we do not. So here we are constantly awaiting his arrival. Okay, so we don't have to be with these demons. Now, look, in this particular video, I want to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving and should people that call themselves followers of Jesus Christ should they be celebrating the holiday of Thanksgiving? Now, I'm going to say this in my personal opinion. I'm going to say in my personal opinion for this one. I'm going to say that I don't think that anyone that is a believer, a follower, and a hearer and a doer of the word of God, okay, I don't think that we should be celebrating anything that the pagans celebrate. Can I be honest, right? I do not think that we have anything in common with them to celebrate the same things that they celebrate. So, very quickly, let's talk about Thanksgiving and why we celebrate Thanksgiving. And let's talk about who celebrates it first. Well, for the most part, the people in America celebrates Thanksgiving, okay? Other people in other countries, most of the people that I've spoken to from other countries, they told me they do not celebrate Thanksgiving. Um, Perhaps if anybody did, the only other country or countries that I could see celebrating Thanksgiving is the ones who help slaughter the people that help fund the boats of Christopher Columbus, okay, Vespucci, okay, America's Vespucci, um, Clark, and all the rest of them. The kings and queens of that day, of those countries, that of those kingdoms that funded those explorations. Those are the only countries that might also celebrate Thanksgiving. So let's talk about it. So what did we hear in our classrooms? We heard in our classrooms that Thanksgiving was all about, the Indians coming together and the pilgrims and, them, they being happy together and, cooking food together and things like this, right? But there is a gorier side to the story, which they also told us at the same time. See, the devil is so slick and tricky and shifty. He'll tell you, I'm stabbing you in your neck while he's rubbing you on the other side, consoling you. So, see, while they were telling us in school, yes, these guys got together and they taught them how to cook and they taught them how to grow corn and they did the crops together. But then on the other end, they told you about the Trail of Tears. They told you about the massacre that Thanksgiving is all about. They told you that Christopher Columbus and his cronies came over here in ships. Over here, meaning in America, Florida, where I reside specifically, okay? They came over and basically they ran out the people. They stole their land. They discovered, like, I don't even know how you discover something that was already there. But somehow, honey, they discovered this whole big place called America now. They discovered this whole new world. And everybody else who already was there, who had been discovered it, they just kind of kicked them out. They murdered them. They slaughtered them. They gave them all kinds of diseases and pestilences, like smallpox. Doesn't any of that sound familiar? I'm just saying, you're living in a whole world of pestilences right now. And one thing that they say is about to come out is smallpox, along with the other pestilences. But getting back on track. So, this is what the celebration is about. Now, if you are a true follower, ask me this. Would you invite Jesus Christ to your home for a Thanksgiving meal? It's a day of gluttony. It's a day of debauchery. It's a day of, when you go to the ancient times, it's a day of orgies and a day of just lasciviousness and a day of just do what thou wilt. As a matter of fact, all of these, especially these darker months, holidays, when I say the darker months, I mean the winter and the fall months. Those are the darker months. Okay, the spring and the summer, those are the lighter months. That's when you have the light, the sun is out, everything's growing, blooming. However, in the darker months, this is when the people, the Satanists, the Luciferians, this is when they like to get their sacrifices. They like to, because you have Halloween, you have your equinox, your September a fall equinox. These are different things and that they do. You have your Day of the Dead, right? These are the different things that they do in order to wield power. Baby sacrifices, animal sacrifices, people, it doesn't even matter, but babies is the best blood, right? To them. So that day that everyone's celebrating and eating their turkey and eating their mashed potatoes and apple pie, the reason why you're eating that is to celebrate the bloodshed of innocent people that did nothing but just was in their homes. And they got kicked out of their homes, beat down, raped, kicked off their land, and sent to other states and countries. I think the Trail of Tears went all the way to California, I believe. I may be wrong. Correct me if I may be wrong. But would I celebrate that as someone who is a follower of the true and living God? Let's think about it. Because I always say the litmus test is, would you do it in front of Jesus? Would you do it with Jesus? Would you say it in front of Jesus? Would you say it to Jesus? And that's always going to kind of put a light on what's right and what's wrong. So now that I present to you, this is what Thanksgiving is about. Americans is the only ones that celebrate this holiday. The brutality of it all, the massacre of it all. Hey, why not become a gluttony on another day? You can be a gluttony in April. You can be gluttonous in June. You can be gluttonous in September. Why be gluttonous, committing that sin? Because when you celebrate Thanksgiving, you also committing the sin of gluttony. Right? Okay, now my phone's going off, guys. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, guys, sorry. Had to check out the phone. But again, that is a day of gluttony. That is a sin. As a matter of fact, I believe it's one of the 7 what is they call it? The 7 sins, like the really bad ones they call them. What do they call them? But gluttony is one of them. Overindulgence in alcohol, overindulgence in food, specifically alcohol and food on Thanksgiving Day. So this holiday will lead you to sin. And you know it will, because most of us have participated in it in some year or another. I probably have not done it in about 10 years or something. I, haven't celebrated it. But when I have celebrated it, it's seriously, you're eating 3 and 4 and 5 plates of, and it's like you're not even really hungry. It's just there. And so everybody pig outs. They watch the football game. They do nothing. And you see? And gain 10 or 15 pounds for that holiday weekend. So guys, do I think Christians should celebrate Thanksgiving? No. I think not. And I don't think that Jesus Christ would participate. But I don't know. You tell me, do you celebrate it? Are you Christian? Or I'm not going to say Christian. I don't like that word. Are you a follower or a believer in the word? Are you a follower or believer in Jesus Christ? Do you have issues if you don't? do those traditional things anyways? Do you have issues with your family by not participating with them? Or do you still participate with them? And see, guys, this is when the Christian thing gets really, really ugly. And because we look so much like the world, I'm about to get off of here. I'm not going to make this long. But when it comes to our friends and our families, they should be able to respect the fact that we do not wish to participate, to play in these people's matrix games, their reindeer games. We don't wish to participate. So our friends and family should not pressure us to celebrate Thanksgiving or any other holidays. Oh, come on, it's to be with family. Then you seriously, and this is just, if you want to, this is if you want to challenge yourself, if you want to level up, if you want more blessings, if you want to be in the presence of God, if you want more protection from God, if you want your kids to be more protected, if raise your standards of holiness and righteousness just a little bit. Stop playing those games. Stop doing what the world does. Even if your family says, hey, come hang out with us for Thanksgiving and for Christmas and all of that. You may say, oh, I'm just going to go in fellowship. You are participating. You're participating. Now, am I saying you're going to burn in hell forever? I'm not saying that. Because that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. Because hell is an individual plan. Hell is the individual plan. That's based on individual relationships. So we ain't going to go there. So what some would be destined for hell from, others wouldn't, based off of that relationship. But that's another video. Back to this. Do we celebrate it? No, we're not supposed to celebrate it, guys. We're not supposed to celebrate the massacre of hundreds of millions of people. We shouldn't be celebrating any massacre. We also shouldn't have to participate in a holiday, and in order to participate, you have to sin in order to participate. You see? It kind of makes sense when you look at it for what it is. Now, you tell me, once again, put it down in the comment section. What do you do? Did you celebrate it? Do you celebrate it? If not, if not, how long have you not been celebrating it? Do you feel that, hey, because you don't celebrate it, do you feel that you have to fellowship with your family and friends? Because you don't want to be the bad black sheep, You want to fit in with everybody else in the family. You tell me. I want to know y'all's experiences. But as for me and my household, no, we will not be celebrating. We have not in about, like I said, about 10 years. And that's where I'm at with them. For those of you who wish to pull back and challenge yourselves, because Christmas is coming up, Thanksgiving, New Year's, all of that is coming up. You just don't do it. It's really easy. Keep your money in your pocket. Don't run yourself crazy, right? Buying hundreds and whatever thousands of dollars worth of alcohol and food, and Christmas is coming soon, and gifts, and putting yourself in debt and all of that mess. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. And every year, the more you don't do it, the easier it becomes. Even for the kids. I did it for, when my kids was in school and stuff. And it was hard at first for them. But easier it becomes. We have to be separated from these guys. Listen, guys, if we're not separated from the world, then when God comes to do his damage, when God comes and sends his wrath, how do he know who we are to avoid the wrath? If we're acting like them, we're going to get the same punishment. So let's just not play those games. I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks so much for checking this out. Again, let me know how you feel about it. Also, don't forget to sign up for the newsletter down below, where you'll get weekly updates of current events and things going on. This is a new channel, so please like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And let's get the conversation going on, guys. Let's talk about these holidays. Should we followers of Jesus Christ be celebrating. And I'm going to leave it to you at that. And with that, this is Casey, and I'm out of here. And I will catch you in the next video. Peace.